I looked at things at those times. So with I'll be taking a case study from there, and then I'll explain that, so that it will also enable you to give you a perspective of how the tools can be applied, or how you can start new beginning for application of these tools in your own research. Okay, so before we go to before we jump to this term homology modeling, before that I would like to know from you, what is termed as modeling? What do you call what do you understand by modeling? You must have come across this term. So many fields we use this term. Yes, anyone? Yes, please. No, just try to make me understand what do you understand by modeling? Modeling is to make something, is that so? Then what do you call it? Manufacturing, development? बताइए, जल्दी बताइए, मॉडलिंग का क्या मतलब होता है? सुना होगा ना मॉडलिंग? मॉडल का क्या मतलब होता है? अच्छा, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय मॉडल? घबराओ मत.
Yes. I think it's a representation of a theoretical concept or something else.
Okay, so some kind of representation.
Yeah.
Very good. So can we name certain models which we come across in any field?
Yeah, we have mathematical models.
Very good. We have mathematical models. We have biological models. We have physical models. If you remember, in chemistry, we used to see some models of various structures. Sometimes the professor used to come, or maybe the teacher used to come with a model of a methane molecule, 1 carbon in the center, and then 4 hydrogen atoms. Do you remember that? So that's a model. That's a representation of the concept which they were trying to make us understand. So model is something which tries to explain the concept. It's a kind of representation. Now, just like methane, you will not be able to see methane. So in order to make you better understand what methane is about, that model helps us and tries to give a fairly good picture of the original thing which we want to understand. So this model is a kind of representative of the original concept. Similarly, we have mathematical models. There are some observations, some data. Now, how to interpret the data? We use certain mathematical models. Now, when we come to biology, here also we have models. Can you name certain models in biology? What kind of models we use? Okay, let me make it more simple. Suppose I have to test a particular drug. Where do we start with testing this drug?
So
please.
For example, we take a mice and introduce the drug in the mice.
Very good. So we use mice as a model. We do not directly inject that particular drug into humans, though they are destined, or maybe they are projected to be used as on humans, but we started doing it with a model. Maybe before that, even we tried to do it on cell lines, maybe on primary cell lines or secondary cell lines. So we have a model. So model is a kind of simplistic approach for understanding the main concept. So it simplifies the thing. Similarly, now we want to do homology modeling. Now, modeling of what? So homology modeling is primarily used for modeling of the structures of proteins. So many times the structures are not available. The protein structures are not available. Which particular site the structures are available? Are you aware of? So I'm asking this question just for making me better understand what all you are aware of. Do you have any particular website which is the Maca, which is the main hub of the protein structures? Anyone? Have you come across this? I hope you must be knowing. No? Have you heard of PDB? No.
No, sir.
No, okay. So anyway, I would suggest you maybe if you are currently you have network with you, just type PDB in Google. Maybe I can take you across. I don't know what screen you are seeing. You are still seeing that website, that presentation on your system, or anything else?
If you-
Okay. So let me take you to the other screen. So now can you see my browser?
Yes, sir, it is good.
Okay, so I'm typing PDB here. So this is the website rcsp.org. PDB is called Protein Data Bank. This is one of the largest hub of protein structures available. These are all freely available, and you can see here 1,77,426 biological macromolecule structures. So here one can easily search out whatever protein you are working upon, whether the structure is available or all structures are available. You can easily find out from here. Suppose you name any protein you are working upon, you are aware of. Casein. Okay, casein. So once you type in here, it will give you which. So there are total 2307 structures, around 2300 structures. When you type the name casein, now you can browse through all these. So these are casein kinase. Now on the left hand side, if you see, these are segmented into various organisms. So this protein must be present in various other species in addition to humans. So in Homo sapiens, for Homo sapiens, there are around 777 structures available in this PDB. For this is for Bostoras, for mice, for E. coli. Suppose I'm interested in E. coli casein. So I'll filter it out by clicking that. And then experimental method by which they are these structures were made available. So I'm interested in, say, X-ray structures. discoverable structures. I'm interested in proteins only, not DNA, RNA. So now the structures are reduced. So there are 60 structures in this PDB, which are from E. coli, and they are obtained from X-ray diffraction protein structures. So now the details are given here. When was it released? How it is obtained? What is the resolution of the structure? So, and it is not that these are all casein only. These are casein will be coming as one of the keyword in that. Suppose I take this out. I'm interested in human. So casein kinase 1 isoform delta. Let me open it up. So if you click it here, you'll be able to see the structure of this particular protein. Now you can also see the 3D view by clicking on the structure. So it will take you to a platform by which you can see. So now you can just keep rotated and see what all are there. So there are how many alpha helices are there, how many beta sheets are there. So in this way, one can have a look at different structures of proteins. So anyway, this was just to tell you, you will always find the sequence also here. And then if there are any ligands attached to it, that also would have been mentioned. You can download this file as PDB format. It will be saved. Now you need to have a particular software to open it, else it will not open. So currently I do not have a particular software to open it. So you can save these files, these structure files in your computer also. Let me go back to the presentation. Are the slides visible to you now?
Yes, sir.
So these structures which you find in PDB, which is the one of the exhaustive data set of structures of proteins, they are known, but many times you come across a sequence of a protein or maybe a new protein which you must have characterized in your lab. The structure is not known, though you have the sequence, or you can get the sequencing done. So for those proteins, if you want to utilize them, or even if you want to ascertain their structure, if you want to ascertain their functions, so structure is very important. So with the help of structure, you'll be able to find out what all are the binding domains, what all are the catalytic sites, and structures and functions are always related to each other. So now we need to develop a particular kind of algorithm to obtain the structure of this unknown protein, or maybe a new protein for which the structure is not known so far. Now how we can do it? So one way for obtaining the structure is you use wet lab techniques like X-ray diffraction or NMR, but these are all time intensive processes. It takes years and years to get a protein crystallized and then obtain the structure of this protein. Not uh, everyone's cup of tea and not very easy also. So that is the final validated proof. But if you want to progress in your field, then you need to have some preliminary idea about the structure of your unknown protein. So for that, what we do, we make use of is that is called homology modeling. Homology means using some characteristics of this protein and then equating them with other known proteins and then utilizing the structure of the to develop the structure of this unknown protein. That is called homology modeling. So utilizing the previously available uh, literature and data to prepare the structure of the unknown protein. That is called homology modeling. So one of the basic step in doing homology modeling is sequence alignment. I hope you must have read about sequence alignment somewhere in your studies. Can you let me know, please?
Not yet, sir.
Oh. Okay, so I think better where is my do you know about NCBI? So this NCBI is a database. In fact, it is a collection of lot many databases. So this is a collection of nucleotide databases, protein sequence databases. So if you go here, you'll find what all databases it has. So it has books, it has genes, it has genomes, then it has proteins, protein clusters, nucleotides, just naming the few important ones, then SNP. Then PubMed, where you search papers, is also one of the database of NCBI only. Suppose I am interested in the sequence of a protein. So I'll go to protein here, and then I wish to know the protein sequence of casein. I'll type casein here, and it will give me so many hits. So there are some 89,000 hits it's showing with the keyword casein. I want casein. So this is for Homo sapiens, 177 amino acid. I click it here. So the sequence was published in 2005. It has 177 amino acids. The accession numbers are mentioned. This is the sequence of the protein. So you can copy from here also, or else it also allows you to save it from here. So if you go to send to file, and then you can download it. It gives various formats in which you can download. So I'm suppose downloading it genpept only, the default. So it saves you as sequence.gp. GP stands for genpept. So we can open it with you can try opening it with Notepad. So the same thing, it will come here and you can copy that particular file. Now I'll go back. You can also look for the gene sequence for this. Go to gene. There are some 20,000 hits to this. I'm interested in Homo sapiens. So these are results by taxonomy. So I can take this. So you can see this is updated as early as latest as 18th April, maybe last month only. So similarly, one can download this file also by send to. This will be saved in your file. I just wish to see there is the gene sequence. It gives a whole lot of things. Suppose I wish to gene table. So from here, we can see the one can find out the nucleotide sequence. You can click the FASTA file. So it will give you the sequence of the nucleotide gene sequence. Though it is giving for chromosome 20 the entire, I think we want only for that particular. This is the genomic sequence. We want only the gene sequence. So from here you can find out gene sequences FASTA file. So it will give you all the gene sequences. Okay, so now let me show you some more databases available here. You can also find genomes. Suppose I'm interested in E. coli genome. So the size is around 4 MB. From around 4,000 proteins are present. GC content is around 50. Total 4,500 genes are there. Okay. Then I think one of the most important one, which I hope you all must have been using currently also, is the PubMed database. Suppose I want to, PubMed is a collection of all the literature in the field of biology. So these are all recent papers, old papers, archives of all the research papers. They're all very easily available in PubMed. Suppose I wish to know what is the latest research going on in COVID-19. So I'll type COVID-19 here. Or maybe I'm interested in understanding COVID-19 mutations. What are the recent papers? So it shows around 1896 results. So only a year has passed for this COVID. More than 2,000 papers have been published, which have keywords COVID-19 mutations on it. Now, I want to be more focused onto it. I can go to the advanced field and I can make it more specific. So I can add terms to the query like date of publication. Suppose I'm interested in the studies which are published in the month of May only. So this will be 2021. So in the last 5 days, what all papers have been published on COVID-19? I think I've created a mistake. So firstly, let me add title or abstract COVID-19 mutations. This I'll add, and let me add one more field, that is date. Yeah, date entry. So 2021 1 to 2021. And is the field means I want those papers. I want those papers which have mentioned COVID-19 mutations in the title or abstract. Along with, they should be published in the month of May only. So let me search it. So there are 32 papers which are published in the month of May, which have mentioned COVID-19 mutations in them. So the COVID-19 pandemic key considerations for the epidemic and its control. So now I can add more fields into it. Suppose I want to see if there are any paper which has been published from India also. So within this, I can add one more query with and let me see affiliation. It is a country. Affiliation, say India. So it will appear here. So this is the coded text, COVID-19 mutations and within my month of May, and it should be originated from India. Okay, yes. So there are two papers which have originated from India in the month of May, who are working on COVID-19. So pathogenic perspective of missense mutations of this. Mutational heterogeneity, spike proteins are severe acute. Okay. Let me see. Now I want to search on the Indian mutant B617 and COVID-19. Who all are working on B617? So there is only one paper which was published in June last year. There's B617. If I just type B617, say suppose the original strand B1.1.1.7, there are many. If I want to see COVID-19 drugs. Now there is a lot of hue and cry about this particular drug, remdesivir. Suppose I want to see the literature of remdesivir, whether it is usable, whether it is useful or not, what all studies have been published on remdesivir. That also I can search. So let me again go to this field. That is title or abstract. COVID-19. Let's edit. And then again in title or abstract, I want remdesivir. The spelling is correct. Okay. So there are some 1100 papers on COVID-19 and remdesivir. So candidate drugs against SARS-CoV-2 and COVID-19. Baricitinib plus remdesivir for hospital adults with COVID-19. So this is published in New England Journal of Medicine. So under the high-class journal. Remdesivir for 5 to 10 days in patients with severe COVID-19. So Lancet may be published a remdesivir group. In this way, one can do literature search using this PubMed tool of NCBI. And this is a marketplace actually. You'll find so many databases in this particular platform. Yeah, these are all public databases, freely available for anyone and everyone. I'm just opening it in front of you. There are no institutional ID involved in here. Anybody and everybody can access it. But yes, within that, there will be few papers which might not, which everyone may not be able to access. But at least searching and seeing them, that is available for everyone. Just like in PubMed, I go again, I write COVID-19 drugs. It will give a lot many hits. But if you click this link, whether this paper is available to you, see this is PMC full text tree. This is available for everyone. I go back and see the second paper. This is again freely available. So there are many which are freely available. This is again free. But there will be few papers. There might be few papers which everyone may not be able to access. These are all free. Then you can also look for chemicals and bioses. So a lot of information about compounds, PubChem compound, PubChem bioses. It's all available here. You can download structures of various compounds. So you can enter ID of the PubChem compound, and then you can download the structures. PubChem. Suppose you want to look at the structure. Say azithromycin. This is an antibiotic which is currently being given. What is the structure of azithromycin? So tagged by PubChem, COVID-19 coronavirus, SARS. People are giving, though it's a general antibiotic. Whenever you get cough and cold, they used to give us. So molecular weight is 749. This is the molecular formula. Go have a look at it. So this is a structure, 2D structure. You can also download this structure, say as SDF file. You can display. So though it will not open in my, because I do not have a associated software to open it up. Suppose I want to find out structure similar to azithromycin. Just click structure. It will give you other compounds which are similar to azithromycin. Say this is clarithromycin. Molecular weight very close, 748. Molecular formula, this is C38S72 2O13. This is NO13 H69. Erythromycin, azithromycin, Pharmacon. So these are various other representations of the same. So ball and stick is there, sticks are there, it will show it in sticks. Just like so you can see the 3D structure also. So the green ones are carbons and white ones are oxygens. Sorry, the red ones are, I think, these are oxygens, blue ones are nitrogens, the gray ones are carbons, and the white ones are hydrogens. So various representation you can have a look at. So you can also have a look at the descriptors, various descriptors for this particular compound. IUPAC name is there. And various others descriptors like canonical smiles, isomeric smiles. These are very particular to this particular compound. So all this information is available for not many compounds. Suppose there is another compound which is used for malaria. What is that compound? Anybody remembers? The drug used for treating malaria. So artemisinin. Artemisinin. this is obtained from the compound from the plant Artemisia annua. It's a natural compound. Molecular weight is 282. The structures are given. So let's have a feel of this particular structure. I'm interested in finding some similar structures which are similar to Artemis snail. Brought by the name Artemis snail. Okay, so then we have many more databases over here. Now, what I wanted to tell you about is the BLAST. This one. This is the alignment engine, alignment tool. BLAST stands for Basic Local Alignment Search Tool. So here you can do alignment of nucleotides, alignment of proteins, and then can find out the similarity in the sequences or similarity in the sequences of either nucleotides or the proteins. Maybe in the next class we'll try to discuss that how we can do this similarity search, what are the benefits of it, why it is generally used, and then maybe we can come back to homology modeling. So I thought this was important since you are not aware of this. So this is the foundation of before we go ahead. Okay, so we'll stop here. If there are any questions from your side, maybe you can ask. No questions? Okay, perfect. So thank you very much for your kind attention. So let's meet again day after tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.